hello to feathers. Hello to feathers. Hello to feathers. Hello to feathers. It's good to be here with you. How many of you guys had some water this morning or some tea? Let's say hello to the water. Hello to the water. Hello to the water. Hello to the water. It's good to be here with you. How many of you guys are wearing your fuzzy sweaters or fancy sweaters? Let's say hello to our sweaters. Hello to our sweaters. Hello to our sweaters. Hello to our sweaters. It's good to be here with you. How many of you guys have siblings at home? Brothers or sisters or other siblings? Let's say hello to our siblings. Hello to my siblings. Hello to my siblings. Hello to my siblings. It's good to be here with you. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. Hello to my friends. It's good to be here with you. I'm glad I'm here with you. Hello today, friends. It's good to be here with you today. Sweater and leg warmer day number 2. Got my leg warmers on, got my sweater on. If you guys have sweaters and leg warmers, you can wear yours. Tank's wearing his today too. Nice and cozy and warm. Let's sing our Days of the Week song. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Yay! Today. It's a little hiding behind Tank's bed. Hopefully you can see it. Today. It's the 1/4/14th. Today's Tuesday, April the 14th. Yesterday was Monday, April the 13th. Today's Tuesday, April the 14th. Tomorrow is Wednesday, April the 15th. But today is Tuesday, April the 14th. Hooray! Tuesday! Whoa! I made a stick letter T and it started to fall apart because I moved it. T is for Tuesday. I decided to make it out of sticks today. Hey, ta-da! Started with T too. And remember, Tuesdays are for transportation and travel. Very nice. So today we are going to be transporting ourselves to the desert. We are going to be traveling to some national parks in the desert. And we're going to be singing the same If I Had a Car song, but with different transportation vehicles. And another song today about the desert, I believe. And then we're going to learn different ways that animals transport themselves, and we get to transport ourselves into those animals and move like them. Hooray! All right, let's start off with one of my favorite authors. This is the same author, Bird Baylor, who wrote I'm in Charge of Celebrations. And this one is called Desert Voices. Let's travel to the desert. Desert Voices by Bird Baylor. Oh, and the same author, illustrator too, and Peter Parnell. Ooh, look at that cactus on the front. And I see a fox. I see somebody else there too hiding. Maybe a jackrabbit. Desert Voices by Bird Baylor and Peter Parnell. Ooh, look at that sun. Wiggle your fingers if any of you have been to the desert before. Wiggle your knees if any of you have seen a cactus before. jumping away there. Pack rat. I run to whatever is shiny, find out about anything new. I sniff a gleaming mica chip, a feather that falls from the sky, a pale blue turquoise bead, a button, the top of an old tin can, and the pipe that a miner smoked by his campfire and left on the ground while he slept. I take it all. I am gathering treasure, a treasure of leaves and berries and roots, mesquite beans, sweet red summer cactus fruit, and a piece of clear glass bottle turned purple by the sun. I stay close to home, close to the trails I know, close to the rocks where I was born, close to the cholla cactus I climb so easily. Everything I want is here. In the cool evenings I search, darting from rock to rock, out of sight of coyotes and owls. I run back and forth with my mouth full of treasures. I go home at sunrise, pushing and pulling and rolling all the good things back into my nest. My pile of sticks and dirt and cholla cactus thorns, it holds me safe. It hides my shining secrets in the dust. A pack rat lives in the desert. Ooh, a jackrabbit lives in the desert. Jackrabbit. The sudden leap, the instant start, the burst of speed, knowing when to run and when to freeze. How to become a shadow underneath a greasewood bush. These are the things I learned almost at birth. There he is. Do you see him hiding? Now I lie on the shadow side of a clump of grass. My long ears bring me every far-off footstep, every twig that snaps, shh, every rustle in the weeds. I watch coyote move from bush to bush. I wait. He's almost here. It's a jackrabbit. Now I go like a zigzag lightning flash. With my ears laid back, I sail, jumping gullies and bushes and rocks, doubling back, circling, jumping high to see where my enemy is, warning rabbits along the way I go. I hardly touch the ground, and suddenly, whew, I disappear. But coyotes stand there, sniffing old jackrabbit trails. Where I am now is a jackrabbit secret. Spadefoot toad. There they are. Far down in the earth, quiet as a stone, I wait for rain. I wait for the first summer storm, for wild, hard, sudden, heavy rain that pounds the land above me and calls me from my hiding place. Now is the time to dig through the darkness up to the wet, shining world. Now is the time for loud toad voices to sing. Our sound is everywhere. It lasts all night, rising from every puddle, filling the air with toad joy. Tonight we lay our eggs. Our tadpoles have to grow their new toad bodies before the shallow pools dry up and turn to sand, before we dig our way back down into the earth. The new ones of our kind dig too. They know where to go. They know how to wait. And on some rainy dawn, they'll know to dig straight up. They'll feel the rain. They'll sing as I sing now. Rattlesnake. I move so flat against the earth that I know all its mysteries. I understand the way the sun clings to rocks after the sun is gone. I understand the long, cold shadows that wrap themselves around me and slow my blood and call me back into the earth. On the south side of a rocky slope, where sun can warm my hiding place, I wait for the cold that draws me into sleep. I understand waking in spring, still cold, hardly moving, seeking warmth, seeking food, going from darkness to light. I understand the shedding of old skin and the tenderness of my new soft shining self, flowing smooth as water over sand. I understand the sudden shriek, the death I hold beneath and behind my fangs. Wherever I go, I cast a shadow of fear. Cactus Wren. On the hottest summer afternoons, when desert creatures look for shade and stay close to the earth and keep their voices low, I sit high in a cactus and fling my loud ringing trill out into the sun, over and over again. My home is in a cholla cactus. I won't live where cactus doesn't grow, because I know the only safe place for a nest is a stickery branch in a cactus thicket. I like thorns in all directions. At the entrance of my nest, I pile more cactus. I peck off the spines where I go in and out. It is so good a nest that when we leave it, other creatures will move in, a family of crickets or a cactus climbing mouse. But now it holds 6 small brown birds and me. Cactus Wren. Desert tortoise. I am the old one here. Mice and snake and deer and butterflies and badgers come and go. Centipedes and eagles come and go. But tortoises grow old and stay. Our lives stretch out. I cross the same arroyo that I crossed when I was young, returning to the same safe den to sleep through winter's cold. Each spring I warm myself in the same sun, search for the same long, tender blades of grass, and taste the same ripe, juicy cactus fruit. I know the slow, sure way my world repeats itself. I know how I fit in. My shell still shows the tooth marks where a wildcat thought he had me long ago. He didn't know that I was safe beneath the hard brown rock he tried to bite. I trust that shell. I move at my own speed. This is a good place for an old tortoise to walk. Buzzard. I am a bird of silence. I do not sing at dawn, or call out to my mate across the sky. Up on the cliff where we roost, wind is the only sound. I let it speak for me. All day I ride on waves of hot, dry desert air, on lifting currents of heat, circling without effort, wheeling, soaring, gliding, drifting upward. I move with my large wings set to the wind, beautiful in the sky. I follow death. High over the world, I watch. Buzzard. Across valleys and canyons and wide flat desert land, others of my kind are wandering too. If one of us drops down, another follows and another, and from far away still others come. We kill nothing, harm nothing alive. I only take what is waste. When I go, I leave nothing but bones. Lizard. When my mother laid her eggs, she looked for sand that was just right. It had to be damp, and it had to be warmed all day by the sun. Down in that sand, she buried her eggs. When she left, she didn't come back. There wasn't any need to. Sand and sun are mother enough for lizards. I dug my way to sunlight. It didn't take me long to flick my tongue and catch a nap and learn that when the sun goes down, you can be warm beneath a little mound of sand. It didn't take me long to learn the way a lizard runs, just a flash of speed across the sand, almost too fast to be a shape. Now, the hotter the sun, the better I like it. The rougher the country, the faster I run. When I rest, looking out over the world from a rock, I show the bright blue shining color of my underside. I seem to be made of earth and sky. But then I run again, and I'm nothing but a blur in the hot, white sun. Lizard. Coyote. I may live hungry. I may live on the run. I may be a wanderer and a trickster, and one who'll try anything. And a lot too nosy for my own good. And a lot too restless too. But I'm going to make it, no matter what. I'll eat anything, sleep anywhere, run any distance, dig for water if I have to, because I'm going to survive in this dry, rocky land. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to sing about it. I sing about cold and traps and traveling on and new soft pups in a sandy den and rabbit hunts and the smell of rain. I sing for a wandering coyote band over there across the hills, telling them coyote things, saying, "We're here! Oh, we're here, alive in the moonlight." Desert person. Like any desert creature, I build my own safe shelter with what the desert gives. I make thick walls of mud and straw. With my own hands, I shape the earth into a house. But when I say, "This is my home," another desert person always knows that I don't mean the house. I mean the farthest mountain I can see. I mean sunsets that fill the whole sky in the colors of the cliffs and all their silence and shadows. I mean the desert is my home. Desert Voices. There are a lot of desert creatures in that book. Wiggle your fingers if you can remember one. On the count of 3, shout it out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are a lot of desert creatures in there. And we humans were a creature that live in the deserts too. So I have a song about desert creatures that goes to the wheels on the bus. I'm not going to jump up and hop, but when I do this, that means hop. It's Jack Rabbit in the desert, hops like this, hops like this, hops like this. There we go. The Jack Rabbit in the desert hops like this, hops like this, hops like this. The Jack Rabbit in the desert hops like this all night long. Another desert creature is the coyote. You ready? Gotta get on your hands and knees like a coyote. Coyote in the desert howls, ow, howls, ow, howls, ow. The coyote in the desert howls, ow, all night long. Rattlesnakes are in the desert. Let's get on our bellies and let's slither like rattlesnakes, and we're gonna hiss. I don't know if my legs will fit, so I'm gonna keep my feet up in the air. Rattlesnakes in the desert, hiss, hiss, hiss. Rattlesnakes in the desert, hiss, all night long. Let's do a road runner. You guys gotta run fast for me, okay? I'm gonna do this, but you guys can run. Road runners in the desert, run fast like this, fast like this, fast like this. Road runners in the desert, run fast like this, all night long. Yeah, let's do that whole song one more time. We start with jackrabbit that hops, coyote that howls, the rattlesnake that hisses, and the roadrunner that runs. Here we go. Jackrabbit in the desert hops like this, hops like this, hops like this. Jackrabbit in the desert hops like this, all night long. Coyote in the desert howls, ow, howls, ow, howls, ow. Coyote in the desert howls, ow, all night long. Rattlesnake in the desert goes hiss, hiss, hiss. Rattlesnake in the desert goes hiss, all night long. Roadrunner in the desert runs fast like this, fast like this, fast like this. Roadrunner in the desert runs fast like this, all night long. It says all night long because many desert animals come out at night because the sun in the daytime is just too hot. Speaking of deserts, I thought, oh, actually before we do our travel to arches, I wanted to do one more thing. Let's do some movement. Let's do some moving. We're gonna move like the animals. I'm gonna turn on some nature sounds for us, and we are gonna move like different animals. When we move like different animals, oh, like Tank just moved. He's like, I'm gonna walk. Come on, Tank, you wanna come back and move with us? You can come back. You wanna come back and move with us? Or you wanna lay with us? Okay, you can lay while we move. Sounds good. Okay, so let's do different movements of animals. First, we have the mouse. So what you wanna do, I don't have a whole lot of room here, but you guys might have more room at home. We're gonna get down on our hands and our knees, and we're gonna walk like a mouse. We're gonna go back and forth. Oops, my teeth fell down. Back and forth like a mouse. One mouse. Two mice. Nice job. Now we're gonna go like a bear. Like a bear, we open up one side, we go one side open, down. The other side open, down. And we're gonna keep walking like a bear. I'm gonna turn around because I don't have much space here. There we go. There. You guys are making great bears. Nice. You can make the animal noise too while you're doing your animal moves. Ooh, the next one is a snake. I'm gonna keep my feet up in the air. That'll be my rattle. Like a snake. Can you guys slither like a snake all the way across the room? And slither like a snake all the way back. Nice job. Nice snakes in this room. The next one is penguin. I can only do it with one knee now because I hurt my knee a little bit ago. But if you grab your feet, you can just do one like I'm doing, or you can grab both of them and walk like a penguin. Whoa. If you can't grab them, that's okay. You can walk like this, like a penguin. We're gonna waddle like a penguin. Waddle, 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 waddle like a penguin. Can you waddle like a penguin backwards? Whoa, that's hard. Whew. All right, now we did mouse, bear, snake, penguin. Ooh, can we roll? A roly-poly bug rolls, right? They get into a little ball and they roll. You get into a little ball and we're gonna roll across the room. Roll back across the room really high. Nice. Can we soar like an eagle soars on the wind currents? And dive like a hawk? Nice. All right, let's do a kangaroo. Everyone get up on your hind legs all the way up. I know you can't see my face, but that's okay. We're gonna hop like a kangaroo. Hop, 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 all around the room. Hop, 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 like a kangaroo. Nice kangaroos. Another animal that jumps is a frog. Let's hop like frogs. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Nice. Can you think of another animal to be? Everyone out there, come up with one more animal and show me that. Go across the room and back like another animal. And if you can't think of another one, that's okay. You can just repeat one of the ones we did. Go for it. Nice job, locomoting like animals do. Lots of different ways of locomotion. There are lots of different ways to travel or to locomote through space. We just did the animal ways. Whoo, awesome. All right, now we're going to travel back to the desert again to two different national parks. The first one here, they're right next to each other, actually in Utah. The first one here is Canyonlands. Whoo, Canyonlands National Park. This is Angel Arch. It's an artist's rendition of it. And excuse me, sorry about that. And make sure I get the next page marked before the stick falls out. Whee! Okay, this is Canyonlands National Park. This is the artist's rendition of it. And this is a picture at Canyonlands. Whoa, look at all of those mesas and plateaus and the sun shining and the canyons. Desert and water interweave to create natural art upon southeastern Utah, the canvas of Canyonlands National Park. Two roaring rivers have slowly devoured, that means they've slowly traveled through and just taken the land with it. The landscape for millennia, which has carved out and carried away ancient sediment from the many layers of the canyon walls, creating canyons. The Colorado and Green rivers are in this park. If you guys have a map at home, go look up where oh, actually there's a map in the front here, isn't there? See if I can find it. Oh, where did my map go? Ta-da! So here I am in Colorado, and Canyonlands are right here in Utah, right there. And Arches, the next one we'll do, is right in Utah here. Not too far away. You can get there in about a day's drive. It says, the best activity in Canyonlands, if you have only one day, do not miss the place called Island in the Sky. It's a beautiful area. Did you know that some of the rock art in Horseshoe Canyon was painted over 3,000 years ago? So there's some rock art. Some natives have painted the canyon walls with different symbols, either telling a story or giving directions. And those paintings can be over 3,000 years old. And yes, there are mountain lions in Canyonlands. I think that's the only page of Canyonlands. Yep. The next one here is Arches National Park. It's an old artist's rendition of a forest post of a national park poster. Arches is located in the high desert country of the Colorado Plateau. Arches National Park is like wandering into a natural stone arch convention. There are spears, balancing rocks, stone fins, and the namesake arches all about here. see, here's one of the arches here and another one there. Delicate arch at sunset might be the most famous image to photograph. Did you know Arches contains the greatest density of natural arches in the world? Over 2,000 arches, plus there are pinnacles, fins, and giant balanced rocks. I've seen some of the giant balanced rocks. Wiggle your fingers if any of you have ever been to visit Arches. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, and here it says that look for me, I am a bald eagle, and I could be found at Arches National Park. Oh, here's some more of the pictures. Look at this beautiful place. See the archway in the distance? And look at this arch here. The green, the lushness of the green, the blue sky. I think that's my favorite part of Arches, is looking at the clouds and the blue sky through the arches. And here's another arch. There are places called Devil's Garden, Windows Section, and Double Arch. The location of the greatest concentration of stone arches and the largest freestanding arch in the world is a wonderland of mystical rock formations that should be viewed not only in daylight, but also by moonlight. Ooh, I've never looked at the arches in moonlight. That would be beautiful. Here's another rendition of an artist's poster for Arches National Park. Canyonlands National Park and Arches National Park are in Utah. If you guys, for homework, want to look it up, it's a beautiful place to ask your parent to go to the interweb and look up, or look at books if you have, or if any of you have been there, get out your picture albums, or get out the files on your computer of all the beautiful folders of beautiful pictures of the arches. It's amazing. You can walk under these arches. Oh, such a beautiful place. It's really fun to play under. And wiggle your hands if any of you have been up inside the arches and yeah! Yeah, you can hear some really interesting echoes in there too. It's really fun. And one of the arches, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a lot of sand around. And so I went with my friend who had a 2-year-old at the time, and we just brought our buckets and played in the sand for hours looking up at the arch. It was really fun. Arches and Canyonlands National Park. They're right next to each other in Utah, right outside of Moab. Beautiful locations. All right, let's do our last song of the day, If I Had a Car, except instead of car, we are going to sing some other vehicles. Yeah. Oh, if I had a backhoe, I'd ride it every day. Yes, if I had a backhoe, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go beep, 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 beep. Oh, if I had a riding lawnmower, I'd ride it every day. Yes, if I had a riding lawnmower, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go oh, if I had an airplane, I'd fly it every day. Yes, if I had an airplane, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd fly. Oh, if I had a golf cart, I'd ride it every day. Yes, if I had a golf cart, my cares would go away. 'Cause I'd go. Oh, if I had a scooter, Cause I go well, I don't have those vehicles, so I can't ride them every day. But I have got 2 legs, and I can walk this way. Cause I walk la 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 la. Yes, I walk la 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 la. Yay! I had fun traveling with you guys today to the desert and to arches and canyon land and to learn about the animals in the desert and doing different animal motions. Your homework is to practice those animal moves today. Take a little bit of time this evening to do some more animal moves across the ground. 1. Your homework number 2 is to look up Arches and Canyonlands National Park in Utah. So beautiful, such beautiful landscapes. And after you look it up, either write about it, draw some pictures of it, paint some beautiful pictures of the arches, sculpt out of clay some of the arches, or you guys can try to make different arches with your body. What are different ways to make arches with your body? Yeah, play around and see if there's different ways you can make arches with your body, and you can take little toy figurines around the room, like little toy Lego guys or little animals, and see if you can make arches over them. Yeah, well, I hope you guys have fun today. Have a good time doing your homework, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.